Is the game starting or not? Yes, the game is starting. The game is starting. You can hear it in the background. Here we go. Professor Dog! Ow! Let's go! I love you, Colonel Sanders. A finger-licking good dating simulator. I'm just going to turn the volume down slightly because that is a loud intro. The corgi is very cute. All right, back. All right, let's start a new game. Please tell us your name. Cinny. Japanese and KFC is such a weird phenomenon. Okay, here we go. It wasn't loud enough. Could have been louder. How are your eardrums? Now it's real quiet. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in that moment forever. Or you could wake up now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Smack that clock up and at 'em. Throw the clock out the window and stay in bed forever. Yes. You slept through the school year and gave up on the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to meet Colonel Sanders. Game over? Already? You might not be cut out for this. Okay, let's try that again. All right, we cooked it already. With 7 herbs and spices. All right. We're sleeping. We might need to get up. We can't sleep forever. Okay. Smack the clock up and at 'em. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. What a name. University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What will you cook? Hey, Rolf. You're on my face. Just gifted, Sass. Just gifted. What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by and you find your imagination getting away from you. You allow yourself to daydream a bit, thinking about the future. It's here, finally. Your first day of culinary school. So many dishes to prepare, so many students to meet. Your mind is swimming with possibilities when you realize you're running late. You grab a biscuit and burst out the door in a hurry. Delicious. Just what you need to wake up those taste buds. Look at that biscuit. Biscuits and gravy. Yikes, you're in such a hurry, in fact, that you forgot to put on any deodorant before running out the door. You're sweating buckets as you rush to arrive on time. Uh-oh. Oh no, thank you, Slytherin Queen. We're playing a dating sim called I Love You, Colonel Sanders. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. And we are sweaty AF. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Hi, Miriam. Good morning, Cinny. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? Actually, because I sure am excited. A little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Classic Miriam. Raised by Master Chef parents. Ooh, Master Chef. She's always held herself to a very high standard. We could be both or neither. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're going to do great. But with the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semesters... 3-day only? I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. A sweet girl. Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Should you pep talk her or change the subject to give her some relief? Should we pep talk or change the subject? Cinny is a concept? It's true. That's why I have been Cinny, but I'm not always Cinny. I am genderless. Pep? Let's pep. It's pep and step. Remember last month when we saw that fortune teller and had our tarot cards read? The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares? I've been trying to forget. I know she looked spooky, but she was so sweet, and she told you that you were destined for great things. Remember that card with the fancy-looking tower, and that other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit? I've been waiting so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own. And I'm sure you will soon. In no time we'll be graduating, and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. As you talk Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. And if not, at least I have these killer bangs. Can you believe I cut them myself? You can definitely believe it. Cindy's like black mold, always there somewhere. I'm so offended right now. But also, it's true. I cannot believe it. Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. Hey, it's Ashley. Ashley? Ashley? How would I say that? Ashley? Ashley. Ashley? Ashley. I think Ashley. It's Ashley, your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants, and she knows it. Ashley? Hello, Ashley. Cindy is love, Cindy is life. Praise be, Cindy. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. You leave Cindy's shins alone. They're perfectly normal shins. You can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make her feel better than everyone. If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. We're not going to let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man, has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight you can see him casually working at his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie. They're rockin' glutes. Her thighs? Why? Her thighs? Why? She got them chicken thighs. Van. You rang. You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van has been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. Look at Van the Man. All posed, having conversations. Just blinking occasionally. I can't believe the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would even ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You'd think they'd just hand us our diplomas now. Or maybe hire us as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. With the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam. Psh. See you later, losers. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Oh no. Whoopsie. I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick. I love you. I think you mean thank you. My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Bob, we've found your character in the game. That's a choice for a voice? How dare you, sir? How dare you? We'll find a better one. I'm surprised they put you in this game, Bob. Hi, Pop. I'm Cinny. So, are you gonna make me hold the door all day? Nope. Does look a lot like me. It's the bowl cut. And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you. Is it just me, or is he kind of cute? Miriam, no. No. I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at the podium in front of the class. Adorable! Don't romance me? I will not be romancing you, Bob. No offense. Not in this game. No, quiet down, everyone.
Not like big boys, itty-bitty boys.
Hey, Aegis.
5'8" little piece of shit boys. 5'8" little mousy boys that live in the wall and crawl around for cheese.
Noise. Just a baby?
Where do you think you're going, you little baby?
A great question. Who is this unreasonably cute pup and why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCS. AL. Please call me Professor Dog. Hey, enchanting Giselle. Welcome on over from TikTok and welcome to the dark side. This is the dark side, the purple app. Things are a little looser over here and welcome. We're playing I love you, Colonel Sanders. A finger-licking good time. Got a dip. Watching the Monaco GP sprint. Have a fun stream. Enjoy the beer. Yeah, it is. Oh, God. Thank you. Thanks, Bob. I'm not banging the dog. Welcome. Enjoy the GP sprint. Enjoy, Becca. Thank you for stopping by. I'll catch you soon. Don't bang the dog. We won't be. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances in fine dining. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as the swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom. I'm chilly. Someone close the window. I hate you, Pop. And then he walks in. But still my beating heart. You're immediately swept up in the awe of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. It's him. It's... If it isn't my favorite student, Harland. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. Please, call me the Colonel. Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong. And this over here must be Sweaty Sweats-a-Lot. Maybe we should open that window back up before Faucet Pits melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. Hold on just a second. Nobody talks to my friend like that. You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what's with all the really weird insults? Besides, when Sydney sweats, it's not gross, it's beautiful. Look at that shimmer. Exactly. He is like a purple haired Johnny Bravo. Hoo, hoo, ha, hoo, ha, hee, hoo, ha. Exactly. You turn to find Colonel Sanders standing right in front of you. Oh, God. Colonel Sanders, beautiful angel that he is, stands before you, smiling gently, his hand outstretched. Boy, howdy. This classroom gets hotter than a Kentucky fryer. Please use my handkerchief. You freeze up. Colonel Sanders is talking to you. Wait, Colonel Sanders is talking to you? About how sweaty you look? You're completely mortified. Oh, no. Can't stay long. Gotta go to bed soon. Have a good stream. Thank you, Giselle. Thank you for the follow, and thank you for stopping by. I'll catch you next time. Apparently you're gonna get murdered, Bob. So sorry. Shimmer bright like a diamond. Term allowed provisionally? Yeah, it's true. This can't be your first interaction. What if he never forgets this moment? How will you respond? We gotta take it. We gotta take the handkerchief. We're going to take the handkerchief. He offered it. We got to take it. You stretch out your hand and Colonel Sanders places a fine silk handkerchief in it. It's so beautiful. You hesitate to press it to your face, but when you do, the feeling is transcendent. It has his natural scent on it. It smells of the most delicious chicken you've ever smelled. Chicken handkerchief? Okay. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Welcome to the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. Huffs the hanky. Beautiful. All that grease. The birthplace of culinary legends, past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears. There will be blood. There might even be really adorable tiny food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. Ha ha! Yes, is the answer, Sass. Yes. Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss... Quiet! Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Look at his hands. Don't you recognize me? This is my 3rd year in this school with you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly. Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. Thanks, Clank. The class bursts into laughter. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose in the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. Team Clank all the way, let's go. One time I was late at uni and walked into the wrong class, sat down for 5 minutes on a lecture of physics, no idea what they were talking about, checked your class schedule, realized I was in the wrong room, left again. I'm just gonna back out slowly. Goodbye. Sprinkles gets all the ladies. He's so cute. You never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. Corgo. You decide to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket, but what kind? Beef treat, rubber ball, chicken snack. Do we just go with chicken? Or rubber ball, I think, is a satisfying treat for a dog. You reckon chicken? Because KFC? Yeah, I tend to agree. I think rubber ball, but we'll go with chicken and see how it goes. We're going chicken? Okay. Majority thinks chicken. You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkles' eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favorite. Okay, nailed it. Chicken. We got chicken snacks in our pocket. We're not monsters. Well, I think there might be some competition for new star student. Bribery will get us everywhere. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hands slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 options remain. Hey Cindy, there's still a seat here. It seems that no one has claimed this seat next to me if you're interested. 2 good options, but which will you choose? Gotta be Colonel. It's gotta be Colonel, right? Warm, wet, slick, terrible words to describe fingers. That's true. You got around the ball gag? Ball gag. Sucked in, auto mod. We're going to sit by the Colonel. What? It's got to be the Colonel. Surely. You think best friend might have a better vantage point? Sass reckons the Colonel. 2 people reckon by best friend, though. Because that way we can look at the Colonel. See if he eats pocket chicken too. I don't leave my friends for no man. He smells nice. Do a poll. Mods, do a poll. We can do a poll. New poll. Which? Now you actually have to choose. It's true. Voted. Ha-ha! Looks like the Colonel is winning so far. You can do additional votes, though, if you want to. Have to choose chicken hottie if you check... if you do it like that. Friend or chicken hottie? I can't say that. It's not that he's a chicken. It's that he is a chicken man. Not that he's a man of chicken. Well, he is a man of chicken, but he's not a chicken man. But he is a hot chicken. He's a chicken man who's hot. Does that make sense? I think we know that. All right. It looks like maybe it's the Colonel. He's the chicken man. All right, the votes are in. It was the Colonel. But is he also a chicken made of man? And he's a man made of chicken. Don't let him see my chicken shins. Hopefully not. We're going to sit by the Colonel. You move to take your seat by Colonel Sanders. It appears he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows off a seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn. Thanks for offering me this seat. Oh, I've only had 2 rules. Do all you can and do it the best you can. It's the only way you ever get that feeling of accomplishing something. That's so inspiring. A little off topic, if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you've settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz. Yay, a quiz about me. Ah! All right, Bob. This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you are ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question 1. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? Extremely. Looking at you, Pop. Professor Dog is too cute. I should not be paying attention. Oh, you wouldn't be paying attention because the cute doggy? That's true. Extremely. Looking at you, Pop. That's right. All right. Forest is to tree as chicken is to feather. Night vision goggles, a slam dunk. Finger licking counts as washing hands. A slam dunk? I think it's feather. That's right. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? A comically oversized fork, a meat tenderizer, a spork. It's a spork. I do think Pop is an accurate representation of Bob. Night vision goggles, obviously. Spork. That's right. What food is best for a broken heart? Anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt, camel meat, or a pancake that looks like a silly face. What food is best for a broken heart? Camel meat? Mantas. Ash and Mantas both think camel meat. Anything? Sass reckons anything. I think anything as well. Camel? We've got 3 votes for camel. All right, we're going to go camel. That's wrong. Is Sprinkles a good boy? No. He's a talking dog that teaches at culinary school. He is the best boy, or yes. He's the best boy. Gotta be best boy. Best boy? Best boy. Yes. That's right. Your total score is 4 out of 5. Only 1 wrong? Not too shabby. You might just do all right, kid. Camel meat's not very good? Best. You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He nods with approval. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Kentucky Fried Camel? Maybe. Time for lunch! Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I just want to apologize for my tardiness. You see, I was Well, howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. But Shh. Lunch. She said, shh. In honor of the new semester, I prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. This must be the smell I smelled. Indeed. That smell? You hold your breath waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard of these very talented, but were the rumors true? Is this? Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. It's his ass. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you, and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years, I've been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. What, do you think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Pshaw. Nah, my dude. Nah. Oh, it's Van, the man, sorry. I'm just drafting a last will and testament in case one of those ingredients is poison. Got him. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. You wait to see what zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. The Zinger Burger? You guys are in each other's brains right now. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Oh, please. Well, Van, the man, if you don't want any. I'll take his. Whoa, hold on. I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now, there's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of this bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Do you focus your mind and meditate on this moment? Try to identify every flavor. Savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. Swim towards the light. That unnecessary mess of a name, 100%. Swim towards the black hole. Somewhere up ahead, a bright light beckons you. The flavors are so intense, you become wrapped up in them. Unable to resist, you reach towards the light. It grabs your hand and pulls you closer, closer, until your fingertip connects with the end of everything. You are forever lost in the land of tender fried chicken bliss. Your mind dissolves. There is no cine now. There is only herbs and spices. We got sucked into a chicken black hole. Though Miriam tries to revive you, she cannot. Game over. We melted into nothingness because of chicken. Try again. From where? From the beginning? Okay. Okay. Skip through this bit. You fool! The Colonel dissolved us with his amazingness. I'll take his. Okay, so we're not... Chickengasm? Okay. Okay, so we can't do that. I'm going to savor the moment and everything that it tells you about the Colonel Sanders culinary heart. The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What a guy. Alone with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man. For a flavor. Are they the same? After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. You approach him. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops doing what he's doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second? Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? Oh, how bold to come out and ask. It's an idea I have for a new combination of flavors. Does he have a chicken stuff? What the frick is that? That will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. I don't know why, but that accent was a bit sexy in that sentence. Oh my. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester is only getting started. We got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. It is Sexy Saturday, it's true. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, or the ingredients, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel? Shouldn't learning be fun? You've got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone and then leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers, just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use blank. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. Yes, but nothing sexy about a Southern American accent. No offense. I'm offended. No, it's fair. Blank. Wow, you never would have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you get some if you searched. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find him outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue after I've graduated. It sounds like you have big plans. Well, I dare say the biggest. I leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Neg him to show your own strength. Wow him with a big idea to add an additional ingredient to really spice things up. Be modest, but thoughtful. Do we neg the Colonel? Should we neg the Colonel? You think modest? All right, we'll go modest. Well, I just wanted to... Oh, he liked that. He did like that. Okay, good choice, chat. Good choice. Well, I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now you've got his attention. The flavors were complex but comforting. The interplay between salty, savory, and peppery. It was... Mwah! Perfect. Negging his for losers? Damn straight. I appreciate the compliments, Cinny. I'm sure you'll be a big success. Well, I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. Rather peg him than neg him? Put that on a t-shirt. I'd rather pegging than negging. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. You step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? You're not going to blow anything. Excuse me? What? Except maybe kisses to the crowds of fans you're going to earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations. Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. Blow the Colonel. You're not going to blow anything except Colonel Sanders. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over to you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team of 2, that is, me and you, if that wasn't clear? Want to be my partner? Sure, Cinny, I'll prepare our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. 2 different students quickly take notice. Oh no. Hello, new partner. Bzz, beep, oops. Apparently I'm a thirsty bitch, yeah. Oh, my 2 potential partners. I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. It looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward. Thank you for the hydrate. But that looks like the price you pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? Far out. Pop or Clank? She did say she had a crush on Pop. She did say she had a crush on Pop. I know. I bet he's secretly a good chef. Yeah, I think he's got to be better than that. Sorry, Clank. Let's go Pop. Fudge Pop? Oh, you reckon Clank? Oh, no. I'm torn. Sauce Pop. Your team Clank as well. I think we have Clank majority in chat. Yeah, we have Clank majority. Going Clank. Sorry, Pop, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Clank today. It's okay. I already ate. Fuck you, Pop. It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school even is at this juncture. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. Warp, 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 warp. Hold on there, fella. We don't even know the assignment yet. Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. Bzzzt. Tissue? I hardly know you. Clank judders and a panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection. Looks like you two will be fine. Love a well-built dude. It's true. That's so cynic-coded. I'm a parody of myself. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. All right, you two, for today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No, chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Steak tartare seems easy enough. It's fancy. You don't need to cook it. Using octopi will blow Colonel Sanders' mind. Your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy. I think the potatoes and gravy myself. I think the potato and gravy. Steak tartare doesn't require cooking. And octopus, I don't know. I think the gravy. I'm going to go potatoes and gravy. It's a classic. Taters and gravy. We're going gravy, baby. Because he likes potatoes and gravy. Potatoes. Potato. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes? And gravy? I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. Oh, God. Thank you, Bob. No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. What? You played a jump scare, Bob. What do you mean, what? Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business, bish. Sanders' heart is my business, and you better keep your fingers off my man. Did someone call for me? No, geez, Van. While I'm over here crushing Cindy's dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was a deal, remember? Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. Oh, howdy there, Ashley, Van. Are we working in a quartet instead of a duet now? Actually, no. It looked like Cindy was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. I was gonna say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Ha! Doubt it. Don't be rude, Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. Would definitely emphasize the A in Ashley, yeah. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out. Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Do we turn to Colonel Sanders, hunk of hunks, in your time of need? Or do you turn to Miriam, your forever bestie who always has your back? They're all frozen in time except they keep blinking like they're conscious but paralyzed. It's terrifying. Best friend or hunk of hunks? What do you think, chat? Gotta be the Colonel? Hunk of hunks? Alright, let's go. I'm here to learn and to express myself via my cuisine, not bicker with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of class, so let's all respect the format, okay? You turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page. I chose Colonel Sanders, and Colonel Sanders chose me, isn't that right? A businessman respects all fair agreements, from contracts to handshakes. I took on Cindy as my partner for this activity, and I stand by it. Look at the fear and terror behind their eyes as they're frozen there. I can't move. You gonna go dye your hair? What color are you going, Mantis? Based on your team's behavior, I'd say you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has Cindy's natural talent or their loyalty. Purple, let's go! Being defended by Colonel Sanders leaves you feeling proud and full of potential. You look for Sprinkles, in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture, with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well, while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be proud. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley, with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potato right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Van, do something! Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potato and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Think of the hydrate ages. Drinky, thirsty bitch. That's fair. Hold on right there, Cindy. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands. Can I has potatoes face? God damn it, Pop. Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand. Mashed potatoes with gravy. Pathetic. Ugh. In just a few minutes, I prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty, braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce, plated on a battle axe forged by my supreme chef ancestors. You ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have the first bite, and you will all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. Too late. It has been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him! What the heck? Everyone, step back. Don't take another bite. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up in Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for just a moment, then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self. Whoopsie! Tastes like poison! The entire class is gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock had frozen the whole crowd. They are as motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds. I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. Oh, hello! I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all this nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please let me walk you home. What? Like, for real? Oh, come on! You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school buildings have taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know, they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him. In a way, you find that inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders? Yes, Cindy? There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first. Ah, jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since then, I've been working towards that dream. Day and night, never stopping, never resting. Also lifting a lot of weights, like so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you! Shut up, I'm the one here that says inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed the guy? You can't prove that! I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. The spork monster is here to fight a hero. What the heck? I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten me just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level? Be afraid. Be very afraid of me because I'm a monster, see? Is he rhyming on purpose or is that just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. This whole thing is almost as confusing as that Japanese movie clip that Bob sent a few weeks ago. 100% agreed. What will you do? Attack. You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with love. Cook with love does 1 damage. It just got real. That attack really upset Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. Let's defend. You decide to defend. Which defense will you use? Trepidation. You continue to stay back and endure whatever comes your way. Seems like a pretty weird strategy, but okay, sure, you do you. Spork Monster focuses their mashed mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? Attack. Cook with love. Cook with love does 1 damage. Spork Monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble, they go in the attack once again. It utilizes Utility Tensile. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. Attack. Cook with love. It does 1 damage. It's oozing cheese sauce over the lawn. I wonder who is going to have to clean this up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares for its ultimate attack, Rounded Edge. Colonel Sanders, vile villain. Your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. And now it's not sexy? This is pretty sexy. I think turn-based combat, pretty sexy. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Pot pie power pinch. She's got a little bit of cleavage there. Pot pie power pinch does 10 damage. Spork monster is defeated. You saved me. An injured spork monster spews steam into the night. Spare this wretched beast or finish him. Finish him. What do we do, guys? Do we spare it or finish him? Finish him! Oh. I'm going to go with sass on this one, I think. Finish him! No student will ever walk the quad in fear again. This monster messed with the wrong chef. Attack. Are you ready for your final attack? You'll never survive my student debt loan destruction. Get wrecked. It does 10 damage. Student loan debt destruction does 10 damage and destroys the spork monster, completely vaporizing it. Colonel Sanders looks on in awe. Not the student debt. Oh no. You continue to surprise me, Cinny. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko. Huh. Borko. Well, that name sounds strangely familiar. Chookbook. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if he could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you're tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. There he is. Wow, what a dream. Hey Liz, how you doing? You! Quick, improvise my Bort redeem. Borko? Borko? He's a snake. He's a piece of chicken. A damn fine lover, though. Nailed it. I should do improv. You awake on day 2. An attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? I should have specified. What's going on, Liz? How are you? Improvise it well. I'll improvise it well when you forward an email to me that you're meant to forward to me, Bort. How's that for quid pro quo? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into her own. Real life beef in here? No, it's chicken, Sass. Real life chicken. Steak tartare? Hey, Rennie Pirate. Nice quack. She launches into her own story. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Clank. Miriam, no. At least it's not Pop. Like him? Like? I know, it sounds like I'm moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. We got to talking after class and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school? No, but that does make complete sense. Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at a school he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade. What, he was also the convertible? I'm thinking maybe something got lost in the pressure cooker language translation there. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. Let me finish zipping everything from my cursed memes may be illegal folder and then send it over. No! Not your cursed memes! I don't want more cursed memes! You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend University Cooking School Academy of Learning, you're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. Sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices, secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice. He even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I'd ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever, anyway, we both share an interest in cooking, so we've stayed in touch, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know the one ingredient. So I doubt it'd be much use to anyone. Please, 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 it would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. We got to make up a fake ingredient. We can't give away his herbs and spices. We can't. It's got to be a fake ingredient, right? We can't tell her the secret ingredient. That'll ruin it. We got to make it up. I agree, Slytherin Queen. Make it up. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know. How about, it was Eye of Newt. I know that sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt. Wow. Shaved paprika? Pooparika? Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around, does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can even ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossoms fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. Stand back and admire his majestic glory. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without even acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish. He then slaps the beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. All right, see you later, horsey. There is a little indie horror game called Exit 8 that you should play. The film adaptation just premiered at Cannes, and the trailer is now online. I think it's the first Anomaly horror game adaptation. I played Exit 8 on TikTok years ago. It's good. It's a good game. I did do it already. I did it. I did it. Oh, on TikTok. Sorry, Bob. It's pretty fun. I can't believe they turned it into a movie, though. That's awesome. You were so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently. You wanted to see it before the movie? It got a lot of play on streaming, so you'll be able to find it easily. Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry. He knows his way home. Yeah, head on over to the TikTok, Bob, and check it out. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. What a horseful beaut you have. What a horseful beaut you have. Dang it, that's what I just said. That doesn't help you? You're not on TikTok? Well, who knows? Maybe we'll do a little playthrough here on Twitch. Sounds like a you problem. We could do a little playthrough of Exit 8 on Twitch. We could do that. When's the movie out? When's it come out? Don't give Bob what he wants. He's got the channel points. I guess if he puts the channel points in, he could choose to make me play Exit 8. Right? Don't know when it is in Australia. I thought you said today that you just want to lean into not giving Bob what he wants. Yeah, by arriving on time. He was here spamming audio redeems at 6 p.m. on the dot. I don't have the channel points. I'm about 10k away though. So it depends. It's a race. It's a race to get me to play Exit 8 before the movie premieres. That's interesting. But I imagine you have another... You're always here at 6 p.m. on the dot? That's true. That's true, Bob, and I appreciate the consistency. It's better than my consistency, and you know it. Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you. Oh, Cindy just gets really nervous around people they like. What? This is not helping. All good, I got the game for PS5 for $4. Oh, okay. I mean, they got food poisoning and were up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it. She gives you a wink and a smile as if to say, situation handled. Can't blame a girl for trying. I would have been here on time, but the stream didn't show up for me. Only Sundays are scheduled. Oh yeah, I think I probably need to fix that. That's a me thing. That's a me thing, Sass. That sounds like a you problem, Sass. Damn. Damn, chat. The Sass and Bob beef continues. That is, in fact, a Cine problem. Yeah, I mean, yes, on paper, yes. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad? You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you just make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? Act like you're not interested in them, but really try and get a closer look. Restricted ingredients, black mold. It's getting hot and spicy in here. I tried the new spicy ramen restaurant in Leaderville last night. Was not a fan. Really? It didn't do good food? That's disappointing. You sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van Van mutter something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try and cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class, and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you've upset them. And you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ate you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what it was they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the spork monster. That's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. This book is a family heirloom, and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing! Hee 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 hee! Team Rocket over here? Oh, 100%. You missed the spork monster, yeah, sorry. Black mushrooms? Pop? I'm Pop. I can't even. Before you can dig it into any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Oh, it's Clank. Beep beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Bzzzt, womp. What do you think who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer. Womp womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Whirr. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not that interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that it's a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least. Or don't, honestly. What do I care? I got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog.
Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn.
Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom.
Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken.
You want to pay attention to the lesson. Truly, you do.
Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name.
But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you.
Well, Cinny?
Naturally, this appears to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? A glass of water, a shimmering pepper, or a dog biscuit? A shimmering pepper, surely. Dog biscuit? Ash. I think pepper. A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way, so naturally you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. However, your body was not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend, ooh. This guy again? I'm here to give you an important message. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was saying to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is... Sorry, I think I've still got some spice stuck in my throat. It's fine, I'll work through. To fulfill the prophecy. You must. You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Oh, man. You come to and find everyone is staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before everyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement.
Today's lunch will be prepared
Via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Step up and tell them you're on. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with your fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it.
I'm not the fool, you're the fool, fool!
Good one, Van. I like your gumption, Cinny. I'll be watching your performance. Okay, so we got to impress. We got to impress the colonel. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkles steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness.
Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court.
Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief.
At least not until we turn on the timer.
Just then, a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, "Timer ready."
That's what I'm talking about.
I stand corrected.
The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. That's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory.
Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. You got so many gray hairs, it's crazy. Me too. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast, if the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. It always boils. Oh, okay. What temperature does water boil at?
That's right, but how would you have even gotten to this school without knowing that? Winner gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you. You're gonna need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea.
How many herbs and spices did they say he used? 11! That is indeed motivating. It's true. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? Oh. That's wrong! No.
I'm begging you to get it together. Get it? I'm a dog. It's never the wrong time for some dog jokes.
Next question. Your classmates are rooting for you. Vigilance, man. I know. But Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. Better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you never to forget where you came from. Every day you meditated on this advice and draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to harness that energy. So where does it come from? A small town where big dreams are born. That's right. This is your shot and you're not going to miss it. Oh. You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Sizzling. That's wrong. No. Don't make me get the spray bottle. Next question. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Cinny. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you feel totally forget what you're doing. Now all I can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy would it take to fill a traditional Victoria... What were you thinking? Get your mind back in the competition. Grrr. You're stranded on a desert island with only one cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. I know, right?
You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind.
Sorry, I forgot. Next question. You and Colonel Sanders on a gondola. Damn it. What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits?
Woof, woof.
I'm struggling, Sass. I'm struggling. You're really struggling to keep up. And the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colourful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough in a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow apprentice utilized in a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. He might not have any hands, but Cinny does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know that it's properly mixed.
There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way.
When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed. Cinny, no! But you're not fast enough, and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame.
What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone, stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over.
It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish.
Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on.
Oh, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default.
No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Cinny's injury.
You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish.
But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared.
Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Cindy to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand? Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden beneath. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry gelée. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce.
Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Ashley.
Oh, you. As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his moustache. Put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley. You reach out with your apron to wipe the sauce off his glistening face. Colonel Sanders recoils and brushes you back. No!
This goatee isn't just a fashion statement, it's also functional. I was saving that flavor for later.
Damn it! Oh no! We messed up. Try again. We shouldn't have touched his moustache. Stupid, Cinny. Stupid. Oh, we have to go all the way back here? Man, we got to do the comp again. Okay. Go on the comp again, chat. 11. Vigilance. Oh, it wasn't vigilance. Okay, small town. Silence. Okay, we were right. And then we notice Colonel Sanders, and this is when it starts to get naughty. Because he's a sexy boy walking on the beach. And now we put our hand in the mixer. Okay, so the dessert. Internalize the rage you feel. So better to just internalize the rage. Okay. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. What? The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash. They fall off of your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester. Perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. But he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? Well, that's exactly what I think. Well, then, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie, my well-kept beard, and assume that I got it all together. Which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that'll bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. That's amazing. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. And it's not Pop this time. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the Spork Monster.
Gorko, the Spork Monster, is here to fight a hero! Is anyone else feeling a bit of deja vu?
I'm sorry, Gorko, but I could have sworn we already battled you last night.
That was Borko, my twin, and I, Gorko, am here to avenge them.
Are you stronger than Borko?
Well, we're twins, so no, not really. We're pretty much exactly equal in every way. Why do you ask?
Colonel Sanders smirks. He is already on the same page as you. It's just that we beat Borko pretty easily, so I don't think you have much of a chance. Not to mention I feel really guilty about that. If I could take it back, I would.
I think what Cindy is saying is, can't we just be friends? Life's too short for making enemies. I suppose. We don't really need to fight. It's just that I've got these pointy teeth and claws.
All the better for enjoying tasty foods. Surely you like to eat, don't we all?
Of course I do.
Inspiration strikes and you come up with a quick idea. Chomp on this. You toss a biscuit into Gorko's open mouth and he devours it in one gulp.
Delicious! You're much nicer than the evil students who once upon a time turned me into this creature who stands here today.
I don't believe it. You were human once?
Well, no, I was a chihuahua. But I was still a student of the school until one day some mean kids with a magic spell book cast a dark enchantment on me and I was forever transformed.
A magic spell book? I'm going to tell everyone that Gorko is sleep token. We've never seen what sleep token looks like. If you haven't seen, maybe Gorko is sleep token.
Precisely. Borko used to have a copy, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and I shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear, I will be here. It sounds like there's some bad cooks in the kitchen of life, Cindy. Together, I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invite. Oh, you can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Oh my God. Look at that cock. Like statue. The statue of the cock. I meant the cock. Statue. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. Looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. We had to mention the cock. We could not mention the cock. Look at it, it's right there. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy, but like both, perhaps. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him or keep it a secret just for you? Reveal it! You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway. Magnificent. Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. He is going to steal it, 100%. 100% he's stealing it for his restaurant, like the little bitch he is. He's going to steal it like the little bitch he is. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so I could admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You mean steal it? He means steal it. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. He's taking it to his lab. You realize that now would be a perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Okay. This must be where he keeps his secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? No. Tap on an item, discover more. What about the urn? You take a closer look at an urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's an inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." An adorable little guy. That's him as a baby. He had the goatee and the moustache already. Who frames a baby picture of themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded. Am I right? Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Made of spun silver? His hair is actually spun silver? Scented candle? It was the summer of 69. Rennie Pirate would like to know if I've killed any dogs today. No. Liz, no. Outrageous claim. I'm friends with all canines. Except in horror games. And then they inevitably die. But it's not my fault. It's because of the game. Just then the ghost of student pops up. Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack and the ghost of the student is swept out with a breeze. All right. Technically, I have killed a dog. What dog did I kill? You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket's a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent.
They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on. He wants you to taste it. You're trying to act casual until he asks why you're wearing his jacket. The Spork Monster said the first one was his twin and that he was a Chihuahua before. We can assume that the first Spork Monster was a Chihuahua too. Therefore, you have killed a dog. Okay. Yep. Correct. Yes. I have killed a dog. I've killed a dog this stream. I didn't realize, but I have. Well, you can all boo me roundly, I guess. Liz, don't be led astray by that Rennie Pirate guy. He's all about that propaganda. Boo! Thank you. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. I forgot to take it off. You decide that now is your moment to make a big move. You tell him you're cold, you fess up and tell the truth. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. I was booing you, not Rennie Pirate. Oh, I know, Sass. I assumed. Overwhelmed, you take the jacket off and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Cinny? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. But we should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence! Zzz. Oh, look at the dream. Sequence. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. Got him! Quack, quack. Thank you. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. Blank. In some jurisdictions, blank is even legal. But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. When do we get to see him without a shirt? That's what I want to know. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence. Such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Flatter him. You know, I think we might make a great team. Yeah, I think so, Sass. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, well, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got so worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, but now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. I'm trying to keep her fast, but I'm getting tongue-tied. The saga of Miriam, sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. With a robot? Since I've been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him, you better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure. I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends. But things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say skydiving? As if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too. Back to Colonel Sanders' house where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection? Pew! Wowzers. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school? If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, he's Pop.
What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Yeah, sprinkles is a dog and a treat.
You can get your swirly dipped too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size?
Because I'm literally the biggest person in this school.
There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature?
You've got some nerve, Cinny, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse.
Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain.
Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up.
I'll never give up. Ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on.
Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Cinny, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon.
Aren't you concerned about my hand, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard.
Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive.
What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce?
It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received.
That's a lot of words to say it was bland.
Excuse me, Cinny, I'm more than capable enough to speak for myself.
Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk to class, Colonel.
I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Cinny.
Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa! That's that book. It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of a extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell that says it will erase anyone I choose from all my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it'd probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else? Like anything else. Not rooted in dark magic, maybe tie a string around your finger. Okay, fine. It is drastic. But desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you and a pretty good excuse to try it out. You gonna go? Sass. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you have a beautiful day. See you next time. Bye! Bye, bye, bye! Alright. Okay, do we use the spell? I don't freaking know. I don't think we can cast the forbidden spell. I don't think we can. We had a real connection with him. I reckon we can't. You take your friend's advice and you put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive.
Forbidden!
He clears his voice to make a quick announcement.
I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of.
His cute little nose scrunches up as he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach for some old homework to give him a snack. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. Let's wait to see. He stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Squirrel! Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside.
Terrence! I told you never to come back here. Terrence, I will destroy you. Terrence!
Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence?
You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again.
Damn you, Terry. After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt not only by Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone.
Aha, I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Cindy, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see...
But before you can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by whirs and sparks coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. Whir! But no, you had to show off your cool kid friends Jeff and Joan, J and J forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Bzzzt, bzzzt. Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Beep, whir. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down a mountain or a cliff or whatever for all I care. Sad beep. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Beep, bzzzt. Did he just short circuit? No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school.
Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition, showdown, challenge, exam, trademark. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena.
Hey, Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that in front of everyone? A tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm going to say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're going to cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Why was there a picture of the Law & Order SVU forehead guy in that class? I couldn't tell you. Miriam brightens up. Imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up with Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Of course not. Well, maybe, sorta. But I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year. So what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show you a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is going to love it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea on how to spend the time before your exam. You've decided to head to the arena to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van, the supposed man, and his evil counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on, Cindy's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders.
Cindy, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam.
Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you.
Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious.
You usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Is that hot KFC guy? Where has this been my whole life? Hey, got on a boat. Yeah, it is. This is a dating sim about dating Colonel Sanders. It is ridiculous. How you doing, Ledge? Are you good? Yes, it is. Fess up about your practice dish. We got to. I need for non-sus reasons. Fair. Hey, it's called I Love You, Colonel Sanders. A finger-licking good dating sim, I think. A finger-licking good dating simulator, yeah. I love you, Colonel Sanders. And it's free. It's free on Steam. So get into it. Get into it, chat. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. Well, I know. My nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell. Well, not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all-butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh, no, is it burning? No. I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably stop burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. There it is, guys, the pot pie. Wow. It's the best pot pie I ever tasted. I always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. He could eat a pie all day. Excuse me, what? Excuse me? What? Excuse me? What? All right, Colonel. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. So chill. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules.
There are no rules. That is, except to cook with everything you've got.
You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide the mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. They're a bit extra. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect, his original recipe, fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious, and we're about to go into an ad break. So, let's run the ad, and then we'll get back into it. And I'm going to go on a brief bio break. So BRB, and then we will do our competition. Hold that thought, chat. All right. We're back, chat. And let's get into it. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare this food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air.
Egg wash!
Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend Basta Blaster! Van Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin.
Let's rock and roid!
Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. I'm back, Rolf. Even Clank gets in on it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as was foretold.
We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all.
Self-destruct. Van Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spell book out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, but you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? Do it the hard way. That's what the Colonel keeps saying. Don't take the easy way. Do it the hard way. If you want to win the Colonel, I think we got to do it the hard way, guys. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Let's go. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen the win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Cinny. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Cinny, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who is cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Ah, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied, and the ingredient was made up And where in the world did she get I am mute from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swell in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes.
It is I, Steve, the spork monster.
Steve? Wait, what happened to Gorko? You're not here to battle me, are you?
We spork monsters are many. I think Gorko had the day off, but you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty all right.
Oh, hey, Steve.
Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. Better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out?
I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station.
I see what you're up to. Crisscrossed some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh?
Huh, yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water?
I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country.
You can feel a Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition.
I understand. It's kind of like what that time in monster school when I'd fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up,
You toss a serious Steve at stare and he takes the hint.
never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck.
Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Give up and drop out of culinary school, or summon extra power from deep down within yourself. Let's go, extra power time. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. We're going Super Saiyan. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, Cinny, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you'd been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. How did the student die? He ate a tentacle. He ate a poison tentacle. You know that with this power you can do anything, except turn back time, which would be useful, because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear Cinny, you may have suffered some setbacks, but not all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What'll happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel and reveals the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union?
Time's up, students.
With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for.
You must now prepare to present your dishes.
A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete.
It seems we're missing some students, Pop. Clank.
From off screen? Great. You hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. I'm flying! It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there.
Miriam, would you mind?
Inside of the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants.
Pop, get down from there right now.
Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this?
When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse?
I thought a wedgie was a salad.
It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything.
I can't feel my legs. May I be excused?
Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say it's not the worst prank in UCS AL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks. Clank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to?
You wait to hear a signature word beep or other onomatopoeia, but there's none.
Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. Well, we'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please, collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester.
Wow, 3 whole days long.
But after days of hard work, the time has come. for me to eat.
He literally got killed. Yeah, Clank literally got unplugged.
Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish.
I've made tender udon noodles in savory soup. That's very cute. And some tea. That's cute.
My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Naruto maki I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl?
Yes, chef.
Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name.
Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl.
Sublime! Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself.
And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup.
A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours.
Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Cinny, for helping me to believe in myself.
Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is my brand. Doesn't it look cool?
Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to pour it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around.
Woof, woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grrr.
Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded.
Ouch, my tongue!
The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting.
I can't eat this. It keeps touching my tongue. Disqualified.
A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected Van does not go gentle into the night.
Disqualified for glamour?
Don't discount simplicity.
This isn't the last you've heard of me.
Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk.
I know, yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk, get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now describe your dish.
I made orange blossom Turkish delight in light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue and connected by a sugar glass. It does look very pretty.
That actually doesn't sound too bad.
Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Cinny? I told you it's a display piece.
Ashley, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school.
Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating School for the hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral.
If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified.
Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you! And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me, either.
If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself.
You and Colonel Sanders, the final cook, step up together.
Two chefs.
What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese
has become something else.
He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Yo! Hey, Mez. Well, I've got some mac and cheese and tenders for you. Welcome on in, Raiders. Hi. G'day, V. How you doing, Venus? Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us. We're playing I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator. This is the first game you ever streamed? Get out of here. Is it? That's cool. That's very cool. We're having a delightful time. It's so ridiculous. I like it. This does look like something you would make, Bob. I agree. This is why my channel motto is kind, fair, caring, KFC. Let's go. What were you playing? Oh, Lunas. You were doing the Lunas stream today. How did it go? How did it go? Did you guys have fun? Guys, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Wayward Cine. Good to see you all. Thank you for joining in here on the raid with Venus and coming over here. I'm a variety streamer from Perth, Western Australia. We play lots of different games, usually horror games, but on Saturdays we got a little sexy. Recently, we're playing some dating sims. So we've been playing Dream Daddy, and we're playing this game, which is I Love You, Colonel Sanders. But yeah, I'm glad you had fun playing Lunas. So I've never played Lunas. So it's a party game, right? It's a party game? I know it's made here in Perth as well, from what I understand. Boyfriend Dungeon, that Cthulhu one? Yeah, those as well. Maybe we should do it. We should. It's like Mario Party meets Party Animals. Oh, sick. That sounds awesome. All right, I'd love to play that. Yes. I'll have to try and get involved in one of the playtests for it. Hello, Raiders. Please, I need to get this off my screen. I'm so hungry. Lex Beta, let's do something. Yes, I love that, V. I love that. That'd be great. Now, guys, if you have just raided in, and this particularly counts for you as well, V, if you need to go and you need to go get some water, or you need to go relax or kick back and not look at a computer screen or whatever it is, please go. I appreciate you being here, but also if you have to dash, that is totally fine as well. We're just looking at some chicken tendies and mac and cheese right now. But yeah, go look after yourselves. Thank you for being here. You guys are the best. And if you want to stick around, please do. If you want to throw me a follow, please do. And if not, I'll catch you next time. All right, let's get back to the chicken. We're just being judged on our cooking. So let's see. We've combined forces with the Colonel. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh. I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays.
Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass.
Everyone gathers round and partakes in the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even the Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles to come. But come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as a site for the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech looking cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy.
DJ Dog is in the house. Ow.
You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell it... Oh my god. Alright guys, calm down. Van and Ashley tell everyone that they committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting.
No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school bylaws.
I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me.
Oh, amusing.
And now that everyone is together... It's the Spork Monster. He's totally mellowed out.
Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here out, I'd prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name. Party Monster.
Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, a student walks off. And maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking. And you know she's going to do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? I reckon I know. It's Pop! He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see, perched atop his dirty chef's hat, a crown?
Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean.
Pop, you're too young to be here. Too young. Oh, now I get it.
And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such.
The music of the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who's arrived late to the dance.
Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth.
He's still doing the talking thing.
I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension.
What? What? That's crazy. I actually feel like I knew that the whole time.
Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me?
I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I have just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You gotta learn to love yourself, guys. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she's managed to surpass you in that regard.
I understand, kind of. Humans are weird.
A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives.
Oh, howdy, classmates.
He's in casual. He's casual colonel. Just like the first day you met him, he's come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal.
I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken.
The end? Question mark? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on the delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor.
Cindy, what are you doing sitting all alone?
Oh, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance.
Well, I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities you'd expect to find in such a lucky person?
Oh, off the top of my head, I don't know.
Am I a cat? Meow, 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 meow. What am I?
Hi, cat.
Meow, bitch.
Oh, I don't know. Spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few.
Well, it truly is my lucky day.
Would you dance with me? Yes, I'd love to. As you glide across the dance floor hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you.
And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off. And I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Cindy.
How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks.
Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself.
But who will help you run your restaurants?
Well, I don't believe it. I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward?
Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school.
Oh, my dear Cindy, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side.
The end. That's the end, guys, of this game. Get ready for loud music. Yeah, this is an official KFC game. This is an official KFC game. Bob, it is. An official KFC game. All right. Yes, exit. Thank you. I love you, Colonel Sanders. A finger-licking good dating simulator.